I'm Julia Graham and this is Perfume in My Car. Let me sanitate you. Everybody does a coffee video and I want to be like everybody else. So I would like to talk to you about my favorite coffee fragrances. Coffee videos are prolific because people are searching for a good coffee scent. Montal's Intense Cafe sounds like it would fit that bill. Historically, you either smell the coffee very strongly in that one or you do not, and I fall under that do not. Cafe, if you don't know, it smells like a warm, rich, gourmand scent. There's roses and vanilla in there. To me, everything is so blended together that I don't perceive, like I can't pick out, there's the rose, there's the vanilla, there's the coffee. I can't pick it out. It also has this thing going on in there that I don't understand in the opening, and I've never really heard anybody talk about this particular thing about Intense Cafe, and that is that it has a almost camphor-esque coating on it. I don't know how else to say that. When you first spray Intense Cafe, there is it's almost a flavor that is not unlike camphor. Mint is going too far, but it's something like that, and I like it. I like that. But it goes away in the dry down. So that's basically, Intense Cafe is a warm, rich, very nicely put together scent that is supposed to feature coffee and roses and vanilla, but I just get a mix of all of that without anything being prominent other than this camphor note on top. And many people find the coffee in that to be either present or overwhelming. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous scent for people who don't mind that Montal thing. And if you don't know what I mean by that, most Montals have a chemical in them, and I don't know if it's for preservation or what. They have the same backbone, and it's a very artificial smelling scent. Yeah, it's a preservative, but I also think that that scent that I can't describe that's in all of the Montals, I think that it has something to do with the amazing performance that the Montals give you. So yeah, Intense Cafe, not for the faint of heart, creates a huge scent bubble. It projects, it lasts, it's very popular, it's very wonderful. So that's what I have to say about Intense Cafe, is that you might enjoy it if you're one of the lucky ones to perceive the coffee. If you're not, I am going to be investing in the Intense Cafe Ristretto, which is supposed to have a much more pronounced coffee note for people like me who can't smell the coffee, in a scent called Intense Cafe.
Here we go. It's not burning our tongue this time.
The next fragrance that I will briefly tell you about, because it contains a coffee note that again is so well blended, and there's caramel in there as well, is Minuit et Demi by Fragrance de Bois. This one is famously co-created with Demi Rawling, who loves this one. I also love it, and I'll just put a clip in of how much I loved it upon first reaction. Yes. Minuit et Demi, to me, is a gourmand that is suitable for the workplace. It's a delicious, caramelly, pimento-y, spicy scent that is one of my all-time favorites. It's pricey, and the performance on it is not beast mode. I like a good beast, I really do. That one's not beast mode, and I'm okay with it. I overspray, and I love it. I love the combination of cardamom, pimento, and caramel, but there is a coffee note in there, and I'm guessing it just adds to the richness of it. There's nothing bitter about it. So Minuit et Demi does have a coffee note listed for it, and it's offering a property that keeps the caramel from getting cloyingly sweet. And in the Intense Cafe, well, it's supposed to be a star player, but the coffee note is not. Are you drinking coffee right now? Go get one. Get me one. It's one of my all-time favorite scent profiles ever, ever, ever. And to me, it smells almost identical to Changing Constants by Penhaligon's. And I've heard other people say that it doesn't smell anything like that to them. Oh, our noses are so, so different. The next one that I want to talk about is one that my dear friend Sunny from Sunny Scents just spoke about. Great minds think alike. So the scent in question, as you will know from the thumbnail, thank you for clicking on it, is Lalique Soleil. Soleil means sunshine well, it means sun in French. And this fragrance to me is sunshine in a bottle. It was one that was also generously sent to me by Perfumes.A. Thank you so much. I fell in love with it almost instantly. Lalique Soleil also has cardamom, also has caramel, and also has a coffee note. But there is citrus in there. That's all I get. All I get from that one is the beautiful citrus, plus we're moving up here. I do get the coffee. I get a tiny little bit of coffee, and it works. It works. I don't think I've ever spoken about this one except for in my first impression of it. This scent is pretty. It's so pretty. I really, really enjoy it. I've not worn it out. Sunny says that it is her most complimented fragrance of all time, and I can totally see that. It has a fresh brightness. There's some citrus there, but then it's got that warmth that it comes down to, and it's a juxtaposition of the best of all of those worlds. Oh my gosh, I love that fragrance. It's happiness. It is sunshine in a bottle, a warm summer's day. Its opening is quite different from the dry down to me, but ultimately it is a scent that makes me smile, and is energizing in a way with the citrus and the coffee. Oh my gosh, I love wearing it on sunny summer mornings when it's still cool outside. I don't know if I would like it in the heat, that one. So far, none of them would be appropriate in the heat, yeah? But in Lalique Soleil, the coffee, I want to say grounds it. What does that even mean? It gives it a base to sit on, all of these lovely, sweet, fresh notes. Oh gosh, if you have not gotten a sniff of Lalique Soleil, I feel like if you enjoy the lighter side of perfumery, the lighter side of, because to me it's not floral at all, although there are florals in there. To me it's citruses and coffee, but not in a way that is anything like citrus and coffee. It's such a beautiful bottle. Lalique are glass makers, and so this bottle is apparently glass, and it's just beautiful. It's stunning. You see it on a lot of people's shelves. It's beautiful, and it's not very expensive at all. Lalique Soleil is one of the most beautiful scents that I have for summer mornings, because that's how I categorize things. As far as performance goes on that one as well, it's not beast mode in any way, shape, or form. It seems to last on sunny longer than me. I could probably get 3 hours of wear, and then I'm a nosmic to it. Whether anybody else can smell it, I don't know, but gosh, Soleil from Lalique. A coffee scent where I can detect the coffee, and it's gorgeous. The next one's a twofer because to me they smell the same, although one's performance is better. And you've heard me speak of these before as a twofer. And this is Vicanto, I'm saying that wrong, Cruthia, and YSL Black Opium. It's a miracle that I like either of them, because the opening features a pear note that is not my favorite fruit. I refer you to my mother, the fruit bat. So both feature a pear note, but both also feature a coffee note that I can perceive, detect, and enjoy. And so I really do like both of them. They are both sweet. But Black Opium is sweet. It is sweet with, and there's jasmine in there. But I like it anyway. And I think I like it because it's one of the, because I got it before I knew I didn't like jasmine and I didn't understand what a note was. And so it just, the mishmash of it all, I liked it. It was a sexy, deep, sweet perfume that appealed to me more than anything else at Shoppers Drug Mart that day. And so when my friend John talked about Lucrezia, I immediately decided that I was going to get it because it does, the notes are very, very similar in both of those. And can I say something? I decided that I wanted the Lucrezia for the bottle. So I still have a tiny little bit in my Black Opium, and I have a full bottle of the Lucrezia because its performance is not great. Although, but it does really, really smell like Black Opium, and we're talking about both of them because they both feature a prominent coffee note, more so in the opening than anywhere else, but it is there. And so I bought it because the bottle of Lucrezia is so pretty, and also because it's much more bougie to have Lucrezia than Black Opium, because when you wear Black Opium, people call you a basic bitch. The coffee is a bitter coffee to juxtapose with the sweetness from the vanilla in both of them. And so my apologies for talking about them as if they're the same thing, but to me they kind of are. And I love them both, but I don't reach for them anymore. There's so much perfume in the world and so little time. I'm not even going to try to hide the fact that I totally forgot to put this perfume into this video, and so I'm on my way home and I need to tell you about Café Cavalle. Thank you to Emmy from Emmy's World of Fragrance for sending me a decant of this. It was one of those, oh, I was really looking forward to it, and I hate, wait a minute, maybe I don't hate this. Café Cavalle is touted as a very creamy, lactonic, yummy fragrance that has a coffee note, hence the café, that kind of seems to be the it perfume for the winter, if you will, for 2021. And when I first sniffed it, I was like, all I smell is something that smells to me like Femme Delicieuse, and whiff of a waffle cone, which Emmy also sent me. Thank you so much, Emmy. What a wonderful human you are. So I was putting a review on Fragrantica about Café Cavalle.
Previously on Coffee Talk.
And this is a huge shout out to my darling Nikki from Fragrantica. I had written a post despairing how I couldn't smell any of the yumminess that other people were talking about when they spoke about Café Cavalle. I sniffed it and I didn't get it. And so this is why really sniffing does not work for me. I need to blind buy it. I knew I should have just blind bought it. The first 6 times I smelled Café Cavalle, all I could smell was Femme Delicieuse, and I didn't smell any of the gorgeousness. I just smelled almond or cherry. And I wrote a post saying that, and my darling Nikki wrote me a message, thank you so much, and said, hey, listen, you probably are getting the heliotrope in those scents, and heliotrope smells like almond and cherry. I had no idea. I had no idea. How am I supposed to know? There's a beautiful coffee note in here in the beginning, but it stays. So it's listed in the top with cinnamon, coffee, and mandarin orange, and it's lovely. It's lovely. On first spray, if I can get past that cherry thing, it's really, really nice. And so then you move into this creamy, lactonic mid of butter and milk. There's heliotrope and rose in there as well. And that's the mid, and that's what I wanted out of this. I'm starting to perceive the butter. I'm definitely feeling the milk more than smelling it. And then in the base, this base is heavy. And this is where its wonderful performance comes in, I think. The base is caramel and coffee. Unbeatable. Caramel and vanilla. There is sandalwood and musk and tonka bean. So, scooch, scooch. Cafe Cabanel is quite possibly one of my favorite new acquisitions. Yeah, I love it. I love it. So that's it. I just wanted to come in here and say you cannot, when you're doing a coffee video, forget about the yummy Cafe Cabanel. Above average performance, heavy, strong. Coffee note comes through with caramel, very, very lactonic and creamy and yummy. The next one I'm going to talk about is the one I reach for when I need a hit. Veronica Says is a channel that I have been watching since I started this stuff, and I kind of fell in love with Veronica from Veronica Says, and she became my mentor and one of them, and she became my friend, and I'm so grateful to Veronica for everything, all of it, all of it. She's been there for me to be a sounding board, to offer advice, to really help boost, sort of really help promote my channel. She's just, thank you, Veronica. If you're watching this, I'll never not love you. Thank you for everything. I had wanted to sniff this next perfume desperately, but they don't ship to Canada. I was gonna blind buy it because, wow, I mean, Paola Bianca told us in no uncertain terms that it was the most realistic coffee scent, and I want that. So I went on the Theodore Scaletinis website to order it, and they don't ship to Canada. And through various machinations, Veronica was able to send me a bottle and wouldn't let me pay for it. Wow, what a thrill it was to open that package. What an utter generous thing. Theodore Scaletinis Coffee Addict is coffee. It's the sweetest perfume in my collection, and that's saying something because I have a few yummy sweet things. It is the most realistic interpretation of coffee that I have, which is, again, I mean, I do have others, but this one is a coffee fragrance that is not for the faint of heart because it is so sweet. It is a specialty coffee. This has, I'm sure there's caramel in there because it is sweet, caramel and vanilla. It's a caramel macchiato with 70 shots of espresso. That's the way my friend Joss likes her coffee. Coffee Addict is no fooling around, and it is gorgeous, and I love it. Theodore Scaletinis.
If you have that, and friends all agree, is it made you crazy every time I send Theodore Scaletinis?
Coffee Addict is my Sunday signature fragrance. I get up on Sundays and it is my greatest joy in life to spray that. Sometimes I layer it with things and sometimes I just hose myself down with it. And I go throughout my entire Sunday smelling like coffee. Like a sweet, intense coffee. It's so good. If you are looking for the ultimate coffee, you have to like sweet. If you don't like sweet scents, I'm not going to suggest this one. This one is as sweet as it gets. The performance on this thing has lasting power, projection, sillage. It is, to me, on me, it is the ultimate in performance. It does it all day, well into the evening. You know how you do, you go into where your perfumes are and you just sniff each one of them and tell each one you love it, give it a little kiss and pat it and ask it if it wants a glass of water before bed. You know how you do. When I open Coffee Addict to smell it, it stays on my fingers. So it doesn't matter how many I've sniffed before or after, that's what I'm smelling on my fingers. It seeps into your skin. Your skin smells like coffee. Delicious, sweet, strong coffee. It's amazing. I don't think there could be a more realistic interpretation of coffee, and it is utterly stunning, and I am utterly grateful to Veronica to have given me that. Veronica has a great coffee video that I will link above, and well, everybody has a coffee video, but these are my coffee fragrances, and I wanted to bring them to you. I wanted to talk coffee with you while I was drinking coffee. I'm Julia Graham. I film videos about perfume because I love perfume, and I post videos about perfume because I love you. If you watched this, you're my scent brother, my scent sister, my non-binary sense. What is your ultimate favorite coffee scent? I would like to know, because I would like to add more coffee scents to my collection, although I know there's no topping Coffee Addict. But I would love to hear down below some scents that you have that you can really smell the coffee. And do you have the Ristretto and the Intense Cafe? Is it worth getting both? Yeah, I really appreciate your chiming in on that one. I just appreciate your being here. I want to do this forever, and I want to do it for and with you. So to those folks who are here on a regular basis, who leave me comments, yeah, you know I love you. Enjoy the rest of your day, enjoy your coffee, and we will see you